Welcome to Mimi's Kitchen. We're going to learn how to clean the turkey right now. So I'm going to take all the stuff out of the cavity of the turkey and I'm going to salt it, scrub it, rinse it in the sink, bring it back out, and I'm going to pat dry. You have to make sure your turkey's completely dry before you do the rub. So I took the packaging off, but you're going to take out all the insides. You don't want any of that in the cavity. And then in case you've never done a turkey before, I wish people would have taught me this. In the neck part, they actually put everything in there. Okay, so they didn't put anything, but sometimes they'll put stuff inside that. And I usually take out this because I use my own thermometer, but that's up to you whether you want to do that or not. So the next step is salting the turkey. I know it looks like a lot of salt, but it actually makes your turkey taste better. I'm putting salt inside the cavity as well, and I'm going to flip it over. We're going to rub it. It cleans it, makes it taste better. I'm going to flip it over. And then we're going to salt the outside. Go to the sink. We're going to rinse all this out. Make sure you use cold water. Okay, now that we've cleaned it with the salt, rinsed it, and now we're going to make sure we pat dry the turkey. If you don't dry it well, your butter will not stick to your turkey. So make sure you dry everything. Inside the cavity, the wings, the legs. And we'll be back. Okay, so I did my vegan butter. I did Lawry's in here, and I did a sage rub. And we're going to rub this all over the turkey. We're rubbing on the top, the legs, and then the back. So we're actually going to flip the turkey over. We're going to do the back first. You just rub it into the turkey. Okay, one of the tricks I've learned over the years, I like to put a whole apple in the cavity. We're going to put a whole onion. And then we're going to put fresh spring sprigs in. This is sage, rosemary, bay leaves, thyme, and parsley, and then you're going to put a couple of garlic as a clove in there. And I'll be right back. Okay, so the garlic cloves are going to go in the center as well. And then you want to make sure you're tying up your legs and your wings. So I usually start down with the leg. If you don't tie it up, it will get dry. You want to kind of make them closed in. Okay, I'm gonna get out my bacon. Okay, we're ready to put the bacon on. So what I did is I pre-weaved it, and we're gonna put it like the diamond shaped on there. So I use wax paper. And so you want it to cover the turkey breast, just like that. And then you're gonna take your extras, and I do like to use the thicker bacon just because it's gonna be in the oven a long time. And you just wrap the legs and the wings. Okay, and I'll be back to show you the end result. Okay, our turkey is all wrapped, as you can see. Got everything around. And then you're gonna tent your turkey for about 2 hours. Okay, we're at a little more than halfway through the turkey. It's been a couple hours. I'm gonna remove the foil. Be careful of the steam. And then you're gonna move your oven up to 425, and then you're gonna let it cook. And then you're gonna check the turkey breast at about a half an hour. If it reaches 165 degrees, your turkey's done. And we'll be back. Okay, so while the turkey's finishing up, we're gonna start the mashed potatoes. So I pre-chopped them, and I've been soaking them in water. With all potatoes, I always soak them, get all the starch out of them, and I just use russet potatoes. And so I'm going to drain it out, put it in the pot, and let it boil until soft. Okay, our turkey bacon's done. And I did broil it just a little bit just to get the bacon a little crispier. And then we'll be back, and we're going to show you how to make the mashed potatoes. Okay, we're back for the mashed potatoes. I'm going to add the vegan butter in there. I just saw that I had a piece of the thing. I'm going to add a couple of cubes. Vegan butter is, you need a little bit more when you make mashed potatoes. And then I'm going to add some salt. You can add pepper. Also, I don't add it just because my granddaughter, she can't handle the pepper. So I'm just adding salt. And we're going to add a little rice milk, about 1/4 cup. To 1/2 cup, depending. You might need more. And then we're going to hand mash. Okay, you can either leave it rough mash like that or use a hand mixer. I'm going to get the hand mixer and I'm going to get it out, but either way it tastes good. And I'll be back. Okay, as you can see, if you want it a little creamier, we're gonna have to add just a slight bit more of vegan butter and a little bit more rice milk. Okay, so I'm gonna add about another 1/4 cup of vegan butter and another 1/4 cup of rice milk. And this should come out a lot creamier now. Okay, as you can see, it's a lot creamier. It looks a lot creamier. There's a few chunks, but I kind of like it a little chunky. And our mashed potatoes are done, and we'll come back for the gravy here in just a few minutes. Okay, it's gravy time, my favorite. I have never done a recipe, so this will be the first. What I did is I took all the drippings out from here, and then I'm actually gonna add a little more water because we like gravy, and I like to use it the next day for something special as well. So what I did is I added another 4 cups. And then I'm gonna add the chicken bouillon cube, so it's always 1 cup to 1 cube. And this is about 1.5 cups of flour. And what I do is I just add water to it. And I mix it up. And I kind of make a thick paste. Okay, so there is some spices in here already from the turkey, but I'm gonna add a little bit more Mrs. Dash and Nature Seasoning to it. And so we're gonna go over to the stove. Okay, so I have it boiling. We're gonna add in my flour water mixture. This thickens the gravy up. I'm gonna add a little Mrs. Dash. And I usually only add this 2 times, just like that. I don't add too much. We want it to be really nice and thick. Let it boil and cook that flour in there. That's it on your spices. It's starting to get thicker. And then just let it cook for another like 5 minutes. Okay, so I'll show you how thick it is now. I mean, that's pretty thick, but I like mine a little thicker. So I'm gonna add a little cornstarch because I don't want to add any more flour, otherwise it's gonna take away from the flavor. Let's just add a couple of tablespoons. And then just try to mix that pretty quick, otherwise it's gonna clump up. Then we're gonna let that cook a little bit longer then, since I had to add the cornstarch to it. Okay, our turkey's done, our mashed potatoes are done, and our gravy's done. I hope you liked the video. If you do, share, like, subscribe, and we'll see you back tomorrow. I'm actually gonna make a leftover turkey pot pie.